What's up, guys? FNO47 here. Welcome to Watch From Plus. Subscribe for more content coming your way. I just recorded this whole video muted and I'm back at it again. Yay! Imagine Shimiya Jari and Yogosareta Junketsu as a show, combine them, and ta-da, you have Dark Love. What do I mean by this? I mean the two main characters are both trainers to train people who are unwilling or unable and unaware. Oof, 3 uns there. I'm smart. I'm a poet, motherfucker. Of what's going to happen to them. And the two trainers from two different shows break them in. And once they break them in, they're now salaried employees. And that's Dark Love, stripped of all context. Now, to add more context to that show, we have our main character, Gojo. What is Gojo? What the fuck is that name? What is he doing here? Why is he here? Why is he the main character? A lot of great questions here. I'll try to answer them all, but I won't remember them all. So, Gojo, essentially, he's walking in the mansion to be employed as a trainer for Rika so she can sell the maids off to said high tier clients to then reap the profits. You know, at this point, Gojo has a girlfriend already, and I guess he didn't know what he was expecting, because when Mayabe came in his room to try to make him come in her womb, that was poetic as fuck. She had his girlfriend on the line the entire time, like some Marvin's Room type shit, listening to the entire thing. Aka's like, wait, what are you doing? Why are you breathing so hard? You're another woman, aren't you? Fuck you, I hate you, goodbye. The dynamic there was, I feel like, was a manipulative tactic on Mayubi and Rika's part to make him realize that he no longer has life other than being a sex trafficking trainer. This is his life now. Everything you got cut ties with, and they just did it that way. I feel like it's a really interesting way to break someone in to make them realize how deep they are in without doing much effort, you know what I mean? I feel like that's the decent way to do it. I'm trying to think of it as a villain aspect, right? In the villain aspect, that's the best way to do it. And the quickest way, obviously, it's shock. Shock and fear are the best way to get people to bend the knee. Now, of course, there are multiple people in this story. I feel like 8 or 9 combined, but we have Hazuki, Monaco, and Ayaka, I mentioned before. But Hazuki was the main maid, the main tenant, the main employee, pretty much, sends out to various clients to then get ethered as well for pay, and they get profit off that. And she was watching Gojo, you know, get his relationship broken right in front of his face and go out of Miyabi at the same time. So there's a massive lust there, an unrequited love that would never get addressed because she's constantly watching him get undressed with other women. Now, what does Hazuki do? Why is she there? Why has she been employed for so long? Why is she just watching people have sex and still have a job at a mansion? Great question. It's because of her submissiveness, apparently. So we flash to her, right? Her client, putting her through the works. Now, or should I say the worms? Now, what I mean by that is he has a tin full of worms. I'm counting at least 40, 50, 100. I can't show you because it's very, very gruesome scene, but use your imagination. Imagine where worms can go in the human body, how they can go there, and imagine an expulsion of said worms out of the human body with a lubricant that was applied via insertion. That's the type of stuff that Hazuki was doing to keep her sister out of debt due to the medical system. We gotta love our healthcare. While this was happening, Monaco, a fellow classmate of Hazuki, came by to be employed because she wanted to meet Gojo because she was charmed by him. And her first day on the job training was watching Hazuki just get ran through, or should I say burrowed. And she starts crying. And Mayabi, you know, the person who was training her and the person who manipulated the relationship that Gojo had at the beginning, who called her, Mayabi's like, hey, bro, listen, you think that's something awful? Dude, what I'm going to put you through is laughable in comparison. You're going to want that. That's what Mayabi is basically trying to put in her head. It's like the opposite of training, right? In the workplace. Training workplace is like, oh, that's easy. Don't worry about that. No, that's easy. They tell you everything's easy. And when you get to it, it's fucking hard. But in her case, she's like, oh yeah, that's hard. We're going to make you do shit even harder. At this point, right after that, we see Hazuki watch Gojo break in. Monaco, Mayabi is like, you can't be excited to see that. You just got worms in your body. After that, we come to find a new set of people who are going to be employed by, you guessed it, your boy. Now, I guess you're probably asking what happened to Monaco after getting broken through with Gojo. I'm going to explain what happened to that after this next episode. So we have Hinako, and we have Kaori in the bar, and they're basically talking to Gojo. Now, at this point, Gojo specs and spots out Kaori, but he basically knows that she's been a victim of like massive torturous abuse, right? She got like kidnapped, blindfold, chained, all the atrocious acts you can think of she's been through. And he read her, it was like some superpower or some shit, and he's like, I know you got debt too, right? Listen, I can cover your debt type shit, right? He's saying that, and she's like, okay, fine, deal. And I assume because he knows how submissive she is due to the fact of her history or whatever, he's like, you know what, how about this? Some of your friend as well, and then you can get off scot-free for your debt. And they do that, and now Kaori and Monaco are now newly integrated into the system of sex trafficking. And at this point, they show us that they're getting, and it's like, bro, what the fuck is, how are you making this worse than the last episode? I thought the last episode with the worms and the bleeding and all that stuff and the manipulation, the gaslighting was worse, but you somehow doubled on that in one episode. What are we doing here? That whole scene unfolds, right? You got Kaori and you got Hanoka borderline dead after, I want to say, a couple hundred people. Gojo's like, God damn, I am so powerful. He looks at Rika, the owner of the household, his employer, and basically says this verbatim. So, I now seek more power. And with more power I'm garnering, I realize this. In order to capture someone's soul, I'm going to need to capture the body. Is that correct, Rika? She goes, yeah, that's correct. Well, I think it's time for me to try that out upon you. And he does that, right? He goes at Rika, and come to find out that the premonition, the preview from episode 1 in like the first minute, what they usually do is like they do a little clickbait segment to make you watch the entire series for hentai, was Rika getting tentacled everywhere. Just like a fucking, imagine a piston in a car type shit. Couldn't find out those tentacles from Gojo. Now, how the ever-loving fuck did this man grow tentacles out of nowhere? We didn't even mention or touch anything supernatural at all this entire series. Now, all of a sudden, this man got tentacles. Well, surprise, surprise, after that entire tentacle scene with Rika and the entire female cast, we kind of found out that Rika has been giving Gojo this experimental / sacred holy water fountain of youth type shit, like deadly sins fountain youth type shit, from her family lineage that is descended directly from the God from the Old Testament. What I'm trying to say is that him drinking that alongside of his lustful desires to control, manipulate, along with his wanting to be the most powerful person on the planet, manifested these tentacles to help them achieve those powers. I am guesstimating so much on here because they don't fully explain how the fuck he got tentacles, other than them basically saying he's been drinking this mysterious liquid and then out of nowhere he just started sprouting tentacles. Now, mind you, the reason why I went off on a tangent for Gojo, like his whole like supremacy of his mind or whatever, was because they were all drinking the potion in the entire mansion, but none of them were growing tentacles. None of them were growing evil intentions to want to destroy the world. None of them became fucking evil Jiren villains that had this voice out of nowhere. None of them did that. They were just like normal human beings, like very high libido. That's basically it, the entire mansion. But this dude walks in a week later, tentacles, fucking demon. Like, what is that about? But yeah, and that's basically the end of Dark Love. It shows Hazuki basically watching Gojo fall in love with Rika because they're both monsters. And she's like, God damn it, I just want to have sex with him. That's all I want. She's basically sitting there just depressed and shit. And I feel like at this point, I have to ask the writer, well, he's never gonna listen to me. I have to ask the writer this though, like, was your intention to have the same awakening that Sonen's like Tokyo Ghoul, Berserk, and Vinland Saga have? Like the main character goes from like this semi-passive type of person to a monstrous, massive potential, just depraved human being? Because if that was the case, you did that for hentai. But most hentais do that. However, the thing is, they did it in such a way where it's like a snap of a finger, the next frame, they're already in their awakened form. It's like when Goku got his ass beat by Raditz, comes back and becomes like Kaioken, that type of shit, right? Like imagine that entire arc compressed into like 2 minutes. That's what just happened here. So based what I just witnessed, it was just faster than usual, and it happened every single time he possibly could happen in the situation, given this 2-episode series. Now, I would say on a depravity scale, I give it an 8 out of 10. And the fact that I'm able to re-record this video and litigate the same amount of information I had in the first video without losing too much out of it Goes to show you how much content there is packed into this shit entirely. It's a lot to unfold. And I can't say suggest you watch it, because that's basically like saying I suggest you watch Night Shift Nurses. That's a waste of fucking time, and also to make you go insane. Speaking of insane, I could probably talk about why I'm not insane on my second channel in another video. But yeah, that was Dark Love. All right, guys, I don't have an outro, but if I did, it wouldn't matter because no makes fun of the video. Good night. 7 fucking a.m. or really? No, I'm just fucking kidding, dude. I gotta go to work, man. Oh, fucking kill me. I gotta go to work after making a hentai video. That doesn't sound like a good thing. I feel like a fucking degenerate. I'm over here like making these reviews. I go to work and I'd be like, hey Cheryl, how are you doing? You know, you're doing great. Oh my god, I love you too. Your fucking shoes, like, roll it. I mean, I guess I can use this voice, but like, there's no point in doing this if it's gonna make me more exhausted and tiring. Am I ranting at this point? Yes. Why the fuck you watching this part of the video? How did you make it this far? I have no fucking idea.